So at the time of recording, there's about 13 hours left until Etheria Restart actually releases. And in this video, I want to go over the biggest mistakes that I made and also some other ones that I've compiled just from kind of looking around. And through this, I hope you guys get a good understanding of what not to do. Some of these are a lot more important than others, but I'm just going to break down very little things to very big things that you guys could do wrong in the game and could maybe set you back from a day to a week even if you really fuck up on some of these. If you do like the content, I'm going to be doing a lot more Etheria Restart content. So give the video a like and subscribe if you are new, which I'm guessing most of you are watching this video. Hope to see you guys for many future videos. Now, let's head right into it and start with the first one. With the GSSR target summon, basically after 40 pulls, you're going to guarantee a unit. Bare minimum with this, if you do it in the first day, you are ruining your account. Okay, now I'm saying this for like 95 out of 100 people. There's maybe like 5% of people who would be fine. But basically, why would you ruin your account if you use it day one? Aren't you supposed to do that on gachas? Well, not this one, because you're going to get so many pulls in the next week after you pull if you do it day one, that it's going to ruin your account if you do it day one. And why is that? Well, let's say you choose Tiamat. Let's say you choose Klaus. Well, whoever it is, there's a very high chance that when you do someone on the standard banner, which is the main banner you're going to put most of your pulls into, you're going to get the unit you got on target summon. It's happened to so many people in the beta, and it happened to me with Tiamat, where I got her again on standard right after pulling her in the targeted summon, and by the end, I did not have Tsukiyomi, and I didn't have Hellkit or Rahu when I could have gotten them if I waited for targeted summon. So bare minimum, wait a day, but depending on your account, and you could ask around for this, I would even recommend up to 14 days. Does that mean 14 days? No. I don't think most people will want to do 14 days, but it's an option. Now, why would you wait 14 days? Because at 14 days, you're going to unlock in the events a GSSR ticket for doing the missions for the 14th day, right? One of those like 2-week mission events. And it's going to be a random GSSR. So it's very possible, just if you're really pushing it, you wait 2 weeks. But I'd say most people should wait from 3 to 7 days to use this, because by the 7th day, you're going to exhaust most of the pulls, but not all of the pulls. I mean like the big amount of pulls, because I feel like every day you're going to be getting like maybe 40 to 60 pulls. So if you do it on day one, like you're missing out maybe on 2, 3, 4 pities until day 7, even as a free to play. So keep that in mind. Doing it day one is not recommended. I'd say maybe start on day 3, but I'm saying on average, most people should wait maybe until day 6, 7, 8. And if you're really optimizing, like you're pushing it, go to 14 days because of the GSSR ticket. Not guaranteed, it's a random one. Keep that in mind. Now, next up, this is very important, and I'm taking much from my beginner's guide, which you should definitely check, because I don't have access to the games right now. I had when I made the video like a day ago, but there's going to be a 2 times event. Now, I will like to preface this. This one is a bit of a kind of floppy. It's a bit wonky because we don't really know when exactly this is coming, but essentially at some point after launch, this was about a weekend, we got 2 times stamina drops starting. So one day was for XP, one day it was for the skill materials, and one day was for gear. And I just want to make it known, now it's not 212 days, don't look at that, right? This is the private server, okay? Now keep in mind, it was a day each, right? And let's just say that in terms of your stamina potions, they were very well you got a lot of value if you saved it for this event, because 2 times in this game, oh boy, if you could save a lot of stamina pots, because you get some every day from dailies, right? They said they'd also increase the amount you get every day. You get some through the guild missions, and also through other things. So you could amass maybe 20, 30, maybe 40, I'm not too sure, potions by then, and that could be like 8 days of refreshes just from doing it at 2 times, especially on investigation, but we're going to talk about that more later. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, please, that it's definitely important to save at least most of your potions for the 2 times event, unless a weekend, like if a weekend they don't confirm it, then maybe you go crazy, that's fine. But for most free-to-plays, you're not really going to be getting too high in PvP. You're not going to be pushing, so it's not going to be something you need to like go crazy on. And let's say for low spenders to pay to win, like high pay to wins, I would still save. Of course, if it's in the first week, after that, it might be pushing it, because this timing in the beta aligned perfectly to get level 50. Like people were getting level 50 after the 2 times event, so it was fine. If it's still the same schedule, we'll be chilling. Everyone could use their stamina potions only for this 2 times event at max profit. So next up, I want to talk real quick. I didn't have other footage, but essentially 2 of these now. Lovely. That was when I was at my apartment too. the overworld enemies, do not fight them because it will actually drain your stamina if you attack them. So what you're going to do is you bolt. You just bolt, right? You're just going to bolt past them and never attack them because it will drain your stamina and it's not worth it. So please, guys, do not attack the enemies unless they changed it. It does waste stamina. Okay, so keep that in mind. Never attack these guys. Just run past them and then get to the bosses and you're done. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, this one's a bit more kind of just in the air, right? A bit more on arbitrary standards, I would say. But do not spread your resources too thin. Have a clear plan in your head of which units you're going to actually want to start building and stick to it for at least the first 3 to 4 days so you have a solid base. Now, the main reason is because you can reconfigure to get rid of the mats and give it back to you. However, that's also going to waste more crystals and you might need it by like day 6, 7, which I did, I would say. And I definitely think that make yourself knowledgeable on the good units, what you need to use them for, and what you need to do in the game to then plan accordingly with your account. Because I could say, okay, don't like have a good plan, but my plan and what you're going to be able to do with the plan I gave you is not going to match up. Because if I say, okay, have Messiah, have Tsukiyomi, have Tiamat, have Lily, have Born, have Beontin. Well, what if you don't have half of those units? You're going to have to plan accordingly and make sure the units you build day 1 after maybe you reroll, like make sure you have a good account, are the ones you're going to keep. And make sure they're also good in, I would say, at least 2 different modes, or like 1 gear stage and then PvP, or 2 gear stages, something like that. Just make sure you don't build ass units, first of all, so check stuff out. And then also, do build SRs. This is big, but you have to build SRs in this game for the main reason that you're going to get way more value because there's actually basically different skill level up materials for SSRs and SRs. And having certain SRs built, like for example, I'd say the like 2 best overall or 3 best is something like Sonya, Marvel, and Valerian. Besides that, units that are really good is like Kazuo the Reverie, Kraken, right? And also Gray. Any of those units, and Shaki the Echo and Dyna. Actually, there's a lot. Jesus, I didn't even mention all of them. But those are like the main ones. And making sure you build 2 to 3 of those minimum is kind of needed because your account is hikey going to be worse without it, because even pay to wins have a limit on how much skill mats they could actually get. So having even maybe Gray, for example, built up just to have higher DPS than maybe others is good, because early on they won't have their ult maxed. Maybe they're going to invest into skill once to get the speed up, right? So making sure you do that with some of the SRs is very important. And now this is also a double whammy. There's 2 parts to this and it's very important. Hyperlink Charter. I guess I didn't mute it. This is the most important thing for you to do starting day 1. Starting day 1. Now, why? Because these things are something you have to do as time goes on, okay? If you miss something, if you don't do something as you go and you miss it, you might end up having to waste 30 up to maybe 200-300 stamina, which is multiple refreshes, okay? So as Hyperlink Charter goes on, basically, there's different categories to this, okay? Let me let this, yeah, so basically there's the general ones, there's for gear, there's for arena, including PvP, and then shells, and then Leon. So you're going to want to make sure all of these are done as you go, because this is basically meant in the best way to be a beginner kind of mission, and also at the same time allow you to see the linear progression that you're doing, because it does actually serve really well to see what you're supposed to be doing in what order, okay? Which is very important. Now, the next reason that's really big as to why you're going to want to do this, let me take off my face cam for a sec. Guys, just from this alone, you're getting 2.8 pulls. You get 2 full standard tickets, well, standard / limited. They work for both banners. And then 70 crystals, 2.7. So you're going to be getting a lot of pulls. From this alone, I mean, what? You'd be getting 40 pulls from just the Commission Chronicles, but I think this is only part 1. So you can maybe get 50 to 60 to 70 on this. But that's not all. Besides the amount of pulls, which probably in total would be over, I don't know, 200. Like, you're definitely getting over a full pity from just finishing all of Hyperlink Charter. I would say closer to 200 pulls, but I don't have the exact number. If ever I have it, I'll probably put it in another video. But it's not just that. You're getting a bunch of materials. Now, 50,000 gold or coins might not seem like a lot, but it is. Tell me it's not, and you're wrong. You're wrong, okay? 50,000 might not seem like a lot, and then you have another 25k here, but you're going to be needing this a lot. These extra materials are going to be what you're going to survive on, okay? So make sure you actually do Hyperlink Charter, and especially Leon. Leon is actually really good, okay? Leon is actually really good, especially for Terra Maton. Like, she is going to be someone you're going to use. Like, her damage alongside the turn meter lowers are going to be good. So please make sure to do all the Hyperlink Charters, including the Leon one, okay? As you go, invest in Leon early on. It's going to be worth it, trust me. Now, after Hyperlink Charter, just very quick, don't over farm investigation. This is a very important one because I did that. I think I did like over a day, like just 1,000 stamina on investigation, but it was not worth it when, 3 days later, there's 2 times XP. So before 2 times XP, you could obviously do it. Like, you're going to want to get some units to 5 stars, but do not push for the 6 stars, okay? Do not push for it, okay? You're going to put some into it, and obviously, you're going to kind of have to, especially with the one-time clears. But do what they tell you to do. Like, if they tell you to do it for Hyperlink, sure, do it. But besides that, do not go too much into it, because then you're going to waste it. You have much better ways to use your materials on, and that's pretty much anything else early on, especially. Now, this is also very important. Don't overinvest into gear. Gear early on is not that good right now. The main reason is because you're not going to ever use these 5, right? These 5 you're never going to use after like the 5th day. So over investing into it just doesn't make sense. I would say once you start getting to Nightmare, you're going to actually like start really leveling up your units, your gear. Before that, maybe get it to level 6, and that's even pushing it, right? If you really need to, if you feel like you're low on stats because of your gear and you're sure on that, then sure, you could do that for sure. But once you start getting outstanding, and mainly mythic is when you're going to do it, because no matter what, I ended up selling most of my gear pieces, okay? And it's like, I'm either crushing it super hard, or I would have needed a bit more coins for the outstanding and mythic pieces mainly. So that's like kind of the main thing. If you're not able to beat it, of course, like put more coins into it. But if not, it's just, you don't get enough coins to be picky. Like you need to be very picky. You cannot just do whatever you want with your coins, and it also goes for gear. And tying that into shells, shells are actually much higher value because there are actual good shells, right? The healing over time, this one lowering skill cooldown is also very good, okay? And then if we go to epics, right, which you're going to lock rather early on, especially Black Flag is an absolute killer, okay, because he's going to give a speed boost and increased turn meter. And even for DPS, this one's not bad. So you could use some of these early on, right? These are not bad, okay? And I would say you're going to get more investment out of this because the stats are so much better, right? Because you're still going to get like decent stats, like 30 speed, like 3k HP, 190 attack. Like, you're going to want to start investing more into shells than gear early on. I would say starting with uniques for sure, okay? Early on, it is kind of a frenzy free-for-all. You're going to do whatever you want, but at a certain point, you're going to have to start realizing, don't go too much into modules. Maybe focus a little more on shells early on, and then as you get further in, once you start getting to hard, nightmare, hell, and then also inferno, then you could start really going in on gear. And yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on in terms of how you're going to grind, okay? I don't think it's worth mainly going too much into leveling the gear pieces. If you grind, that's fine, but leveling them, I don't think you should put too much, because at a certain point, it will be a bit too much coins wasted on this for sure. Now, next up, guilds. Make sure you join one day one. There's missions in guilds, and let's just say it's very important just because it's going to give extra stamina. So the earlier, like, look at that, 50 stamina, also just for a check-in. So getting there day one, making sure you get there as quick as possible is also going to be very good, just to make sure you don't miss out on stamina, right? It doesn't hurt to get extra stamina and also get extra resources in the union shop. So make sure you do actually join a guild day one, and, you know, find one. There's a bunch of great guilds, okay? I'm not going to have my own guild. I'm currently going to be in Scarlet. So I'm going to be with Vulcan and Timaeus and a bunch of other cool people in there. Now, finally, do the first time clears, because they're going to give big bonuses. This is the last thing. In these events, if I could find them, in these general challenges, you could say, the 4 on top, the daily challenges they call them, these 4 are going to be having one-time clear rewards, which are going to be about like triple, I think, the rewards a normal one. So just make sure you actually do these, especially GP Outpost. The one-time clears actually saved me a bunch of stamina. So especially with Hyperlink Charter, go as it goes with Hyperlink. But at the same time, you can do it when you want. Just get those one-time clears as they come, because it will give you a boost of rewards. Like, it's basically you're getting more bang for your buck. Okay, your 10 stamina is going to be way more valued on these one-time clears, no matter the mode. Grim Pursuit for shells, Threshold for gear, Investigation for XP, and then GP Outpost for the skill mats. Any of those, do your one-time clears and make sure you're doing them for every single one, and don't miss them because they are actually really good and are probably some of them are linked to Hyperlink Charter. Now that makes up all the mistakes. Let me know which ones you would have made if I didn't say it otherwise, and let me know if you think I'm a bitch, and let me know if you think I'm wrong on something, and I'll be happy to respond down below. With all that said, thank you for watching. Etheria Restart's coming out very soon. I'm gonna have a lot more content. I'm super hyped. I'm actually like so hyped. It's not even funny. Especially because I come from Black Clover Mobile, which is another game that was on Pridewind's site. It's very cool to see Pridewind here. It's also very cool to see how the community is. It's very nice. A lot of people I've seen from Black Clover Mobile, and I'm just happy to have a game that's better than BCM. That's just amazing. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, go check out Pridewind. They have a bunch of stuff. Bye-bye.